everyone, my name's Patrick and I'm so glad you stopped by. And today in this video, what I want to do is just really a short video to update you on the new water hoses that we are using from Blu Technology. Now, I had done an unboxing video and a hookup video with these back in, I believe it was late November, but at that point the RV was still at our house and we didn't get to really try them out. So I had promised that I would do a follow-up video where I talk about using them. Currently we're here in Florida at Fisherman's Cove Golf and RV Resort in Tavares. Last week we were over at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort, so we have about a week and a half on these hoses so far. But just to recap, in case you're wondering how our water system is actually hooked up, we start with the Blu Technology R3 water filtration system. Now, this is a 3-stage filter system that we've been using for 2 years. What I love about this is the 3 stages are the longevity filter, which is going to be like those basic inline filters that you might buy at a big department store or at a camping store. So it's going to take out the big particles. Whenever I replace these, it usually is pretty discolored. It's taking out the big particles, and so a lot of times it's like orange and that type of thing. The second filter in the 3-filter system is the tasty filter, and it helps to improve the flavor of the water. And as you know, when you travel around from RV to RV park, many times the water taste can not be so good. And then finally, the off-grid filter is the one that filters down to 0.2 microns to help ensure that the water we're drinking or bathing in or cooking with is going to be safe. I love the system. I have videos where we had reviewed this, but like I said, this is the first thing that we use from Blu Technology. We've been using it for 2 years. Absolutely love it. Blu Technology water softener. I am loving this thing. We've got a year under our belt with it. It's well made, steel canister, and we just run the water from the filter right into this and then straight into the RV. The reason I love this is the park that we're currently at, they tend to have hard water, and inside what's great is that when we go to shower, we get a really good lather, and anytime you can get a really good lather, that means you're getting soft water. And this is simple to maintain. All I have to do is open it up. I pour in 1 canister of table salt, like the Morton's that you might buy at the store. You can either use the iodized or the non-iodized. Pour it in. I run it at a slow trickle for about 15 minutes without it being hooked up, and then another 5 minutes we just let it run full bore. That recharges it, and we're finding that it lasts for us about 30 to 60 days depending on how often we use it. So it's easy to recharge, and we just love having soft water wherever we go with our RV. Now, what I wanted to show you today is then these hoses, and that was really the topic. So Blu Technology had sent me about a month ago these braided hoses. They all come with the standard quick fittings that Blu Technology uses with their products. And I love it because when we went to hook up at Fort Wilderness the other day, it was literally snap into here in the RV, snap on here, and so on all the way back. And I literally had our whole water system set up in under a minute. Now, the real concern with these that I think I had, and maybe others might have, was could a hose so small actually carry enough water to give you good pressure in the RV? And I think that's a fair assessment. But before we get to that, I want to show you that fitting that they also sent me to regulate the pressure. Now, the reason I want to show you this actually hooked up here in an RV park is because my friend Angie, who owns Happy Acres Campground in Angola, Indiana, she's always saying she likes to see products in the wild, meaning actually being used. So I wanted to show you. Now, you can tell this spigot is really low to the ground. This is the Blu Technology 3-way splitter. And what it allows me to do is have the main hose hooked up for our water to our filter on this one, and these other two you can actually swivel and hook up additional hoses. This here is the water pressure regulator from Blu Technology that they sent me, and you can see I have it set for about 55 psi. I'm able to adjust it with just the screw on top, and so it makes a complete system. A real plus with these hoses that I've found is because they are thinner, they're braided, they coil up really small, and they take up significantly less space than the old Blu hoses that I was carrying. In fact, as much as I wondered how well these would do with carrying enough water to get us good pressure inside, I actually went ahead and just left my old hoses at home. The question is, have I regretted that? Absolutely not. Don't regret it at all. Because what we found out after a week and a half of using the new Blu Technology hoses is we're still getting really good water pressure in the shower, in the kitchen sink, in the toilet. And so we've seen no difference in what we were used to as far as water pressure. Now, I will tell you, if you were looking for volume or quantity, then obviously a bigger hose is going to deliver a lot more water than a smaller hose. But we're not looking for volume here. We are absolutely just looking at pressure. It's no different than when you use a low flow shower head. You still get great pressure from it. You're just using less water in the process. So overall, as you saw in that opening vignette of water running in our RV, we're getting great pressure that we're really happy with. But what we're doing is we have reduced our setup time with those quick connects, and we've reduced the amount of space that we have to take up in the outdoor storage for our water hoses. The other nice thing that I mentioned in the unboxing video is Blu Technology sells their hoses in all different sizes. Now, we're carrying several different sizes because they wanted me to try them out. I've got a couple 25 footers. I believe I have a 10 footer. I think I might even have a 3 or 4 footer. And what I found over at Disney, for instance, we were so close to the spigot, I didn't even pull out the 25-foot hoses. Where are we hooked up to the water with our RV? I was able to use just a couple of those shorter sections to go from the RV to the water softener, and then from the filter back over to the spigot. Now here at Fisherman's Cove, we're just a touch farther away, so I did have to break out one of the 25-foot hoses. I always use a very short one between the filter and the softener, and then also a short one between the softener and the RV. Do I personally like and recommend the Blu Tech hoses? Absolutely. I'm really happy with not only the braided hoses that they sent us, but I'm also happy with that 3-way splitter. I think that's awesome. In fact, I think I'm going to buy one just to have at the house because I think it would be very useful at the house. And the pressure regulator has been great as well. I was able to adjust it to get right to where I want to run it in our RV, where I feel comfortable with it. To be fully transparent, Blu Technology did send us that system and all of those hoses, but we're not being paid to say anything. It's just we get those hoses to use and try out. But honestly, I will be buying more, like I said, to use at home because that's how well I think they work. So if you want more information, I'm going to go ahead and have you watch this video next, where you can see the unboxing and the hookup of the hoses that I did back in November. And until next time, everybody, we'll see you on down the road. Bye.